First things first, in order to get your, hey, my alarm, I'm already out here. So in order to get your driver's license, you gotta be, well, in order to get a motorcycle license, you first have to get a driver's license. That's it. And then, all right, once you have that, cool, you can go move on to the next step. At least that's how I did it. Got my driver's license, like, when did I get it? I think last year? Or was it? I think it was last year that it finally got my damn driver's license. I was like, what? Word? This guy. And so there's two ways you can get your motorcycle license. One is the way I did it, and the other way, I have an idea of it, but not really. How is it? I believe, all right, so how I did it is I took a course which you pay for. It's a 3-day course. Some people format it differently, but it's like 8 hours of actual riding the motorcycle lessons. And then there's like another, let's see, the first class was from 5 to 8. That's about 3.5 hours. It was something like that. No, yeah, it was almost 4 hours. And then the second one was about almost 3 hours. So yeah, at those hours, you know, I don't know, it's like the 13 16 hour course to stretch it out over 3 days. It could be more, man, I could be mistaken, but anyway, it took me 3 days. And the motorcycle's really fun because you actually pick out a motorcycle, and that's the motorcycle you end up using for the rest of the course, so you get used to it and stuff. Mine had an issue, so I switched. The instructor switched it. He gave me another one, which was faster. It was kind of intimidating at first, but after I got used to the sensitive throttle, I was like, all right, cool, I could do this. And that shit was hella fun, and it sounded sexy. Pretty cool. That thing goes. Once you pass the course, once you take the classes in the and then you have to like be able to show that you're like catching on to all the things they're teaching you, and so you can continue, because if they see that you cannot, if you're not catching on or you're making mistakes, they will dismiss you. There was one guy who actually ate shit. He has no bike. He has no experience besides riding a bike as a kid. That's the only two-wheel experience he has. So, and then he got on the motorcycle that I started to use after he left. He was using that one. It was the one I told you guys that it's really fast. Terrible. I don't know why he got that bike. He should have got something smaller, but how does he know? I don't know. He probably didn't have that knowledge of the bike type of but they were all very similar, you know. They weren't all like very big different engine sizes. They're all kind of mostly the same. It was like 12 of us in the class. Anyway, I don't know what he did. I kind of saw him just kind of lose control of the steering wheel, and I think he throttled, and the motorcycle jerked. He flew kind of over the handlebars to the side, like going downward, and he landed on his helmet. We were all wearing full face helmets that either you bring or you rent, or you can borrow from them. He just like landed and scraped the helmet, dropped the bike. So he got up. He was cool. I think he had like a cut. They asked if he need medical help. He's like, nah, I'm good. But then I think later on in the course, he made like another big mistake, and that was it. They're like, hey, you gotta go. But for everyone else, it was like 12 of us. Everyone was pretty good. There was like 10 dudes and two chicks. Everybody, like, you know, started from scratch. Just start from the very basics and work their way up. But I'll tell you guys more about the class another time. And then there's also the courses where you're doing via Zoom. So everyone's on there and they're just kind of going through all this information of of this handbook. Really, really informative, man. I'm really surprised at how good it was, of everything it teaches you, which is why I'm gonna start recommending everyone to take it that rides motorcycles, even a ruckus, because there's a lot of things that it would be preferable to learn through a class versus experience, because some of these experiences you can get really hurt. They can be very expensive, like to your motorcycle, to your medical injuries, and worst case scenario, you could die. This shit's crazy. It's just dangerous. Look, you're driving around fucking 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 pound vehicles. It's nuts. But anyway, so at the end of the course, those 3-day courses, they give you like an exam where they kind of test your skills on the motorcycle. So they have you do specific things that they've taught you throughout the course. Like, I'll give you an example of some. So one is like making a slow speed right turn in like a really small area. Another one is like your braking ability, like how to being able to use the back brake, front brake to stop immediately and then downshift without skidding or locking your brakes, because you don't just pull the brakes right away. You slowly push it like a 1 second down, 1,000, you know. So and then the other one is a 50 question written test, or a multiple choice test, and you got to get like 80% right. It's a pass or fail. The whole thing is pass or fail, and your boy passed the class. So the class is 350. I don't know if I didn't really shop around this one. They're all kind of around the same thing. My boy got it and he told me about it. I was like, all right, let's do it. We did it together. Or we went to the same classes. My boy Oscar, shout out to him. He passed too. My boy had a little spill, but it's all right. That's what the classes are for. Shit. And then so once you do the class that you pay for and you take the courses and all that, and you know, it's like I said, it's a pass or fail. If you pass, you get this form that you give to the DMV, and what that form does is it shows that you completed it and that you got a certification. Now this class, I forgot to mention, this class is by the CHP, the California Highway Patrol. And the book is from it's from a book called Total Control, and in other states it's called the MSF. I think most of you, if you guys are from out of state, you guys will recognize that the MSF. The instructor said that they used to do that there, but it's a kind of like an upgraded version of that. Anyway, it's basically the same thing as that. So once you pass this, what this does is one particular thing for this method is that once you go to the DMV, you don't have to take the motorcycle driving test there. And here's why that's important, particularly for my situation. I don't own a motorcycle with a clutch and the gears and what else? They have the brake on the rear brake on the right foot, and then the front brake on the. Like, I don't have a motorcycle that does that. This is a moped. Now, although I need my M1 license to be driving this thing, I can't do it. I can't take the test on this thing because it's automatic. They won't allow it. So what the class does is you can skip that. You can skip that because they basically taught you everything and you passed it, and it's certified by the CHP, which is the Highway Patrol. Cool. So all you gotta do once you pass this is go to the DMV and take I think it's like a 30 questionnaire, 20 to 30 questions, I forgot, around there. Multiple choice test. And once you pass that, that's it. you're officially get your M1 license. You're officially licensed. You don't get your license right away. They're gonna send you a new driver's license that says you're a Class C driver, which regular cars, and M1. So it's one driver's license with both on there. That's one way to do it. The other one is you own your motorcycle, you go over there and take a written test, and you get your permit, and then you go back. It's a 6-month permit, and then you go back and then take the course. There's like a 3-part course. You got to drive in a straight line, and then you got to drive circles without going about a perimeter. Then you got to swerve left and right. You can watch videos on YouTube, people doing it. It looks easy, but if you don't practice and you don't know your motorcycle, I mean, you could fail it. And if you mess up any little thing, that's it. The test ends. So yeah, there's those 2 methods. I did the first one. I don't own a motorcycle, not yet. Bugging me. But yeah, the second way, it's if you have a motorcycle, you get a permit, and then you go back when you're ready to take the test. Yeah, I don't know if you have to wait the 6 months, but I guess all I really could speak on is the way I did it. But that's just kind of what I've learned so far. I could be wrong. If anyone or want to add into it, the only thing that it is different for if you're 21 and under. There are a few things that you do have to mandatory. You know that second method I told you guys can't do that if you're under 21. If you're under 21, you have to take that course. Like, you have to. And then you go through the method I did, which is pretty awesome. I think that course is pretty fun. Just riding those motorcycles, it's really cool. It is a little nerve-wracking, but I mean, they start you from basics, from like how to get on, how to balance the bike, how to go back and forth, how to use the clutch. Like, it's really cool. Like, now I know how to get on the motorcycle and just ride that thing, baby. Like, I know how to like downshift, upshift, how to brake. So I definitely gonna get a motorcycle really soon, just so I can get better at those skills. And yeah, go have fun on that thing. I'm not gonna get it for the purpose of doing deliveries. I'm just gonna get it to just use it for fun. But like I said, I am gonna, once I get comfortable with the bike, and you know, I'll probably start getting ideas of what kind of setup I will have for that particular bike, because yes, the setup will change. I don't know how much, it depends on the bike, on the motorcycle. But yeah, that's how you do it. Pretty I guess straightforward. Yeah, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing.